Workplace dating. HR's worst nightmare, right? We always hear that office romances are a disaster waiting to happen. But what if we told you they might actually be good for employees and organizations?
That's right. Instead of creating distractions or workplace drama, research suggests that workplace romances, when handled responsibly, can actually strengthen professional networks, increase job satisfaction, and even enhance productivity.
But wait, doesn't that go against everything we've been taught about professionalism? Shouldn't companies avoid office romances at all costs?
Not necessarily. Today we're going to break down the psychology behind workplace relationships, look at real-world examples, and challenge some of the biggest myths about dating at work.
We're your hosts, Jackie, Lauren, Morgan, and Mia, and today we'll be discussing the case for workplace romances. Let's talk about one of TV's most famous workplace romances, Jim and Pam from The Office.
At first, they were just coworkers, friends who had great chemistry, worked well together, and supported each other in the office. Over time, that connection turned romantic. But did it make them worse at their jobs? No way.
If anything, their relationship made them more engaged, productive, and motivated to come to work every day. They supported each other, collaborated better, and actually contributed to a healthier office culture.
And this isn't just a feel-good TV love story. Research backs this up. Workplace romances, when handled appropriately, can have positive effects.
So why might workplace romance actually be beneficial? One reason is that it helps build stronger professional networks.
Organizational behavior research shows that strong ties, close relationships built on trust, lead to better collaboration and knowledge sharing. When colleagues date, they form a deep bond that often expands their professional networks and strengthens internal communication.
There's also psychology behind why workplace relationships happen so often. Research shows that relationships tend to form based on two key factors: similarity and proximity. The more time you spend around people who share your interests and values, the more likely you are to form a connection.
And let's be real, where do most adults spend the majority of their time? At work. The workplace becomes a natural setting for meaningful relationships to develop.
There's also something called the mere exposure effect. This psychological phenomenon suggests that the more we see someone, the more we tend to like them.
That's why workplace romance isn't just about attraction. It's built on familiarity, shared experiences, and mutual respect.
And here's the catch. Studies actually show that people who date at work often report higher job satisfaction and engagement. They're happy at work because they feel more connected.
Which means that, instead of hurting productivity, workplace relationships can actually improve it, at least when they're handled professionally.
Okay, we hear you. Not all workplace romances have a happy ending like Jim and Pam. Some turn messy, and that can create real problems.
Right. One of the biggest concerns is power dynamics. If one person in the relationship is in a position of authority, it could lead to favoritism, conflicts of interest, or even coercion.
And then there's the issue of workplace breakups. If things end badly, it can make for a very uncomfortable work environment.
But here's the thing. Banning workplace relationships entirely isn't the answer. Research suggests that companies should focus on managing workplace romances, not eliminating them.
Many companies have policies that encourage transparency, such as requiring employees to disclose relationships to HR. Some even use love contracts, agreements where both partners acknowledge the relationship and agree to maintain professional boundaries.
Instead of fearing workplace romance, organizations can set clear guidelines that support professional behavior while allowing people to form meaningful connections.
Should workplace ban romance? Not necessarily.
Instead of seeing it as a problem, companies should recognize that workplace relationships are natural and can even have benefits when managed well.
Transparency, professionalism, and clear policies are the key. If companies approach workplace romance with the right mindset, they can create an environment that supports strong, meaningful relationships without the drama.
So, the next time someone says, "Never date a coworker," maybe remind them, sometimes love at work isn't such a bad thing after all.